Is it going to the right place? I don't know yet. Is it over here? It's not. I'm missing a box. I am missing... Okay, good. The box to my Intel i3. And I don't know where it's at. But if I'm going to sell that and put in the new i9, I want to find the box for it, because I'm not going to sell it without the box. And I keep my boxes, so I'm not sure, because it's not over with the other computer boxes, computer stuff boxes, like my graphics card box, which I have, my Wi-Fi adapter box, which I have, whatever else that other stuff is, which I all have. I've got the boxes to my mixer boards. I've got the box to this tablet somewhere. You know what? I have a container of boxes somewhere as well. Oh good, the train. Anyway, I was just looking for that box. Gotta sell some stuff to, not to buy some stuff, but to help have had stuff been hurt. So, what am I doing? Absolutely not. I want to putting too much pressure on some of, too little pressure. I'm gonna get used to this first. I'm not gonna make a perfect circle. That's not what I'm worried about. See, it's thicker up here, lighter down here, but I think I did it. If I made shorter strokes, it might help. I want to give them a round face. I was also thinking about different types of cartoon bodies that I could go with. Like, how do I cartoonize this? Because as I was contemplating these things, I was thinking more about, come on, line consistency, please. I was thinking more about my character that represents me and how I could give myself like just real short legs like that. But then I was like, well, I'd also have to give myself real short arms as well, wouldn't I? And then I'd have to shorten the whole body and I'd have to change everything about them. But the other type of cartoon thing that I could do, though, is to give myself real thin legs and really, really thin arms. So that's another cartoon thing that I could do. Which would, it's kind of like those, oops, kind of like those cylinder bodies that have the legs coming off like this, the arms coming off like that, the neck. Or you make those real short round bodies with the little, they're pudgy legs, but they're real small legs. Real small arms. The head just sits there. I might think more about like the small stuff like that, but it didn't really work in the scene. Because I think I'd have to convert everybody to that type. I think. Which I could make them the small or the really thin, noodly like limbs, sure. It would work with everything else that's going on. What happened there? What is all that about? But also the amount of pixels that I have in the scene is, you know, it's very low pixel because it's going to be a thumbnail. You might not see it any larger than like a business card. It's going to be, you know, so I don't need a whole lot of detail on it. I want that to swoop off, and this to be the. Could be more. It's a little harder to work with too, having low pixels, because I can't do the real sharp swoop on the mouth there. It's closer than what I was doing. Oh. That was a odd shape. Better. Now I've got to work with whatever mess I made for myself here. I really changed his nose up, didn't I? That's not where I want any of that. Delaying the thing that I need to be doing next. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Somewhere in here, this is his left arm. This is the arm facing us somewhere in here. I think I see the bone structure come this way. And the hand, this is the hand down here. Something like that, I think. So I do see this line, this is the hand lines. And then this is the other part of the arm, the shoulder here, because there's a shoulder blade here. I think I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah, the shoulder goes in, but the arm comes out. Whoop. more like curve here. But also it's going to end a lot higher up on the back than what I had drawn here, because it's not going to end on his hip. He's putting it on his ribs. So it's here. Yeah. Because this is his right hand, this is his pinky out here. And his thumb will be in here. What I'm going to do is just do that kind of hand. Now, how... I want to indicate this without putting in too many lines. I think I just got to do that. Oh, that is a very tiny hand. That's the problem. The hand too small. The hand's still too small. Does that communicate hand? I think in just the right amount it does. That's all I'm looking for, just the right amount. Need it to end. I think it's actually a lot flatter up here when you bend like that. And then it goes down probably about there. Which means that a lot of that's actually going to be hidden. Behind the... That's too gradual of a curve right there. He had a hunch, and then... I guess the issue here is that I put the arm in the wrong spot. So it should actually be Yeah, just right there. If I ever got a drawing tablet, I'd need to have shortcuts for enter, for deselect, for step backwards, for switching between eraser and pen or whatever is selected there. I'm just trying to think of this collar has to work. I like that bend, but I don't like that it would go right here. And his shirt would end here. Yeah, see, there's something about that that makes it look like he's twisting. I don't want him to twist. And I think it's actually the collar that's doing that. Because I've got that curve going that way, which, yeah, kind of, but seems like he's facing this way on his upper half instead of facing that way on his upper half. Seems like he's looking this way, like this part of his body. This part of his body is going that way, but this part of his body is going that way. I don't want that. I need the top to also be going that way. That is sort of part of the shoulder too that's doing that. So I know what I'm gonna do. I think the length of the arm is just right, but the position, the shoulder is part of what makes this, it kind of covers up the neckline, you know. My shoulder's here, my traps, deltoids, traps. You know, I don't remember anatomy as much anymore. Then we do it like that. No, because that's the other way again. Obviously his legs are going to be moved over. Just trying to think, is it Or is it those kinds of bins? Am I going this way or am I going this way? Yeah, that's right. Remember playing Chrono Trigger? How simple life was? how knowing the game and knowing where you're going and having everything planned out is just made things so much easier. Made things a lot easier. Don't worry, I'm training myself not to use the word so as a unit of measurement. I'll get there. Someday. That arm is much thinner than this other arm. Too much thinner, I believe. Easy fix. Now it looks like it's not going into his shoulder, though. I can fix that. I think the forearm is fine. But it's just this. That wasn't. Thickness variation. There we go. Yeah? Okay. I gave him this big ol' wide stance. Some of which I'm going to keep here. It's really hard to get a potato shoe from this viewpoint. There. Yeah, I need it more pointing this way. I think that's fine. It's not great. But again, you're going to see it kind of small anyway. So what's next? Well, Grandma's going to be moved in more. I'm going to do that right now. $1660 Super? I thought it was TI. Just gonna cover up him a bit, but that's okay. I believe it's the same processor or the same graphics processing unit that you said that you have. Is that you? Hang on, I can't take a call. I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Where was I? Oh, right. Oh, no. Here. I'm going to make a dot down here. No, I'm going to erase that dot. I don't want that dot. But I didn't want to, jump. So, I think Grandma's next. Maybe. It's either Grandma or this little one here. Do I even have this up? That's something else. I think you're gonna do old ladies since I just messed up her face a ton. So I can figure this out. No. Maybe I should do glasses first. You and me Sunday driving. Oh, you know what? A little cheat there. It's too thick. She is a caricature, does not represent anybody in real life. If you know someone who looks like this, that is not who I'm drawing. This person does not exist. Not really. I could do an earring with color rather than doing it with, you know, black lines, outlines, things like that. I kind of did this arm in a hurry. So it's a little forward, a lot more forward than I wanted to, and I put the shoulder here on the back loop instead of the front loop, which is what I want to do here, which I think would help it. Probably up here, down here, probably up here. Probably something a little more rounded, more like that, and down. I think her arm should be a lot shorter than what I had drawn to. Let me check. Yeah, probably about right here. Want to get that little same frill. Then that's a difficult one. Just do that little hand. You know it's a hand. When I know it's I'm not going to do finger lines because then I'd have to do no, because I want it to, you know, I want it to have that like loop shape. Cartoon, you can't tell because glove. It was close. Yeah, just kind of like that. That's too thick of a line. Something like that is way too small. Having it bigger would help. Help a lot. Yes, that wouldn't work there. This line's got to be on the inside. Thumb's in there, but it's more like back here. I think the thumb's like right there in the back. So you wouldn't see that at all. And then there's a problem with how quickly that loops backwards. Gotta go way down first. Probably about there. Hands! You draw them. You never like the way that they look. We all have them. Hands. Draw me a hand. Go on. I don't see a hand yet. Draw a hand. Put it in my fan art part of my Discord. Draw your hand right now. Then delete it. Then redraw it. I've probably mentioned this before, but I had a hand drawing thing in 2D design where we had the easel in front of us where we would draw, like, you know, straight up next to us, and we did different hand drawings. One of them was we did a pose with our hand and we looked at it and we drew it. Another one was, I think we drew a hand without looking at a hand, so we just drew a hand. But the third one, the one that I did the absolute best on, was you only look at your hand while you draw. And for some reason, that one came out the best. It's like, oh, wow. Draw a hand better not looking at what I'm doing. Which I hope is, or would hope, would have been good preparation for drawing like this, where my drawing pad is down here, but I'm looking up here to draw. Because there is a visual disconnect between what my drawing hand is doing. Because I'm not looking at my pen. What is that? Don't do that. Go away, you. Not entirely sure that that's where that foot should be, but I do want it to kind of sit, like the shoulders would be bad. Maybe I should move the arm forward. That would actually help. I did put it too far back. Oh, no, 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 no. What did I do? Okay, just move that. That's fine. No, don't. I want to use this quick snapping here, but See, it creates that line there when I start and then release, so I don't have to go between everything. So it's got to be still so this leg makes sense. So it can't be way up here. Can't have it back here. If it was about there, I think it works. That makes sense. That's all it is. Sure is. All right. Things are going very slow. What is the difference between all right, G-force, oops, 1660 uh it's just people are saying the TI handles higher quality settings better than the Super on the GTX 1660 Ti versus GTX 1660 Super. They come close. It does look like in the chart though the Super handles a couple things better. Whoops, what'd you do? Go back, stop that. How do I make this bigger so I can look at it? Okay. Well, those are just for handling average frames per second. The only thing, like Forza Horizon 4, the Super handles better than the TI. Those things are like hundreds of frames per second. But I'm not looking at that. Although some people are recommending the Super as opposed to its more expensive TI counterpart. Oh man, you can you can see people defending both sides. So it's like, do you want the Super? Do you want the TI? I don't know. What's available? Okay, I don't understand disparity though. You can't tell me. Oh yeah, okay. So it gives out some better performance in most cases. That's all I'm really getting. It's just I don't I don't think I can visually grasp the difference with my eyes between 30 and 60 frames. Anything higher than 30, I would need my glasses to tell the difference. Or just, and I know it's not about crispness or whatever, but especially in TV shows, I don't want to see higher than 30 frames a second. It looks unnatural because you're staring at one spot. You're looking at a television screen that's not moving, not in motion, and you can see 60 frames within a second of somebody moving across the screen and there's no motion blur. That's unnatural. That's not how we look at reality, because if somebody's moving across a room, your eyes are following them. You are getting variations in what you are focusing on, and then of course your peripheral, everything that's not that focused area, is blurred by it not being that direct light. You want that. I want that. I don't know if you want that. I want that. So 60 frames a second doesn't really matter to me. Not as much as it does to some other people. But whatever's on my list is the one that you recommended to me, and you said you're not at home, so you're probably not even watching this stream. So who am I talking to this whole time? Well, then who's been talking this whole time? This is an odd perspective here on a face. I'm not sure I have the 1060 Super, and it does just fine. Yeah, there's not a. People say there is a very small difference. Oh, it's honestly just like the word got separated. Honestly, I'm not sure. I have the 1060 Super and it does just fine. Super may be what's on my list. Because you said whatever was on my list was the one that you had. What is wrong with my hand? Just this. This right here. This. Oh, because I moved the forehead over. That's why. So it wasn't actually going back far enough. I think that's fine though. I want this to be chop though, not a not necessarily a shape. That? Yeah, maybe. Perhaps. Of course, this does mean if I draw these hands now, the table will have to be in a very specific spot. I could do the table on a different layer because I'm going to color this and then I can adjust them onto it. No, I don't want to do that. But I don't want to. It's very, very small. Yeah. May never even be able to tell the difference. It's all preference at that point. It's to me, it's about availability. Because one of those graphics cards just wasn't available for a very long time. And could have been the Super, and that may be actually why a TI would be on my Amazon list instead of the Super. Not that it would make a whole lot of difference if I'm buying it from you, because you just have it. I want what I can get this month so that I can install them. Because I already have my new CPU and it's just sitting on my table. I was on Eraser. I was on Eraser. Still, this is gonna bother me. Till I zoom out. Uh-huh. That arm is pretty short. It's fine. Start the hand here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. What is that? Goes in, but then down? Yeah? Is that one? It's that one part of their back. And then the other arm be behind their head. I did put a line here. I think that's their neck. Could indicate the shoulder here, at least. Although that may not look good with the little room for pixels to exist. It's fine. It's right there. I wanted it to flare, and I didn't give it a flare. No. No. There. For some reason, I put too much pressure down there. It's stop. Just there. No. 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 My hand's cramping. No. No. Yes. No. 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 Yes. Okay. Not quite potato shoes, but somewhere around there. just make the line thinner. There we go. That puts me at drawing me. Right? Because I would draw me, not the stool. I would draw me and the stool, actually. The same time. Except my neck hurts, and it has been an hour. So maybe I just stopped today. Wow. I did all of the red, the blue, and the other blue, and the words last time, but I just don't get anything done ever. Really thin line, please. Is that's not my thinnest line? That is. That's pretty good. I don't want it to look angry. What did I do? I think I made the hairline too long for the bangs, whatever's going on with my hair. So that does it too if I end it like that. Okay. That's better. Thin line. Thin. Not that. Thin line. Thin. Continuous line. A continuous line. What are you drawing with? Both Photoshop and a Viz tablet. It's just one of these, it's blank. It's got some texture on it like paper. It does have pressure sensitivity though. Which took me, I don't know, 2 years to figure out how to turn on. Because I drew for a very long time without it. I had to create my own brush, so I have 2 brushes here that I made. This one's for more of a paint style, and it does also factor in pressure. And then I made this other one that has the gradient here, so I can do different thicknesses. But also because I'm doing a very low pixel per inch, because it's just going to be a thumbnail, you're going to see a lot of those hard edges when I zoom in. because I also like erasing things. You see me hit step backwards a ton of times. Also, hello. Dang, I tried drawing with one of those tablets. My hand-eye coordination just said no. It's a thing to get used to, I'll tell you that. And I explained earlier in the stream, my best hand drawing in 2D design was the one where I looked at my hand only and drew. And I don't know how that works, but awesome. Awesome that I'm able to do it. I would prefer, and I think I would make a lot better drawings if I had a visual tablet. I looked into getting a standalone so that it wouldn't have to be, you know, I wouldn't have to have my computer on. I could take it with me somewhere and sit outside and draw on it, and grab whatever I drew and just upload it or something. But those things, no matter what you're looking for, they're about the same price as just getting a laptop with all of the peripheral stuff that you would need, like a keyboard and a pen and a mouse. It's like, well, why get that now? I'm not even looking to get a laptop, so I just didn't. I got other things. I think at that time I got a washer and dryer. It's like, this is what I want. That's a lot of money. Oh yeah, I use a visual laptop that basically works as a touchscreen monitor, but the laptop I use is very old and they don't even offer tech support for it anymore. My tablet has no support. My tablet doesn't even work with current apps anymore. And unless I get it back on some sort of plan, because I got it through Sprint, I'd have to add a number to it just to get proper downloads back on it for even what was available, because I couldn't find third parties offering those things. I'm sure they can be found. I just didn't find them. Yeah, not the Chromebook. I think the iPad Pro, one of the iPad Pros has some really good drawing support on it. The pen, different pressures and different edges and things like that work really well. If it wasn't the Chromebook, you know, I don't remember. There was another one, but I would go with a Wacom, as they claim to be called. Or do they claim it's a Wacom? I can't remember, but whichever one people usually say is apparently wrong. But I want one of those. I want one with shortcut buttons that you can assign on the side so that I can do step backwards. I can do a deselect. So I don't have to like hit over all of my tools. I can have one button swap from eraser to pen. Procreate? I would be infinitely envious of people who have access to Procreate. but at the same time, I can sacrifice the quality of an actual drawing tablet. I can't sacrifice the quality of an actual drawing tablet. Yeah. When I just pick up a sketch pad. No, actually not anymore. No, last time I tried to draw on paper, my hand was much too shaky. I don't think that has anything to do with having drawn on a tablet. My hand's shaky anyway. But I still think that if I had a visual tablet that I could see my hand as I draw, I would do a lot better. Let me see if I can pull up something. Look. Oh, you know, no, I don't think that counts. No, hold on. I'm gonna look for a recent drawing. It's not a rotoscope. See, I wouldn't know where all of this even is right now. I've had to do a lot of rotoscope work, and so that kind of fills all of this space that I have. Where in the world are streaming thumbnails? I don't know, this guy right here. That's just by hand on this tablet. I can't find the others. I have streaming thumbnails in places. I can't draw traditionally for the life of me, but I do like traditional watercolor. If one were to look at my drawing files, they would just see hundreds of files labeled person or drawing, and then a number. I'm a little more organized than that, and yet I still can't find a ton of stuff. There's a system to this. When I look at my video folder, just the standard video folder, I have 3 videos because I don't put stuff there. When I look at my pictures folder, I have, I don't know, stuff that I use for the background, like all of this stuff that's behind me here, so that OBS can grab it. Because I recently did some Chrono Trigger. This rotoscoped art here, and calling this rotoscope, this one's more like tracing, but that stuff, that's just in my pictures folder. And then I have 2 folders. Oh, because it's called game commentary and then game thumbnails. There we go. All right. What's a good one? This one. And that's all by hand, and that's all just on this tablet. A few effects here and there. I did that for. Can I? There. Got lots of others. But because I've already done that one, I've done that game. Don't mind. Oh yeah, that tree. There you go. I hand drew that tree based on an image, and I did it all through this. German supervillain, glasses on the anime-esque old man is to die for. This is coming along. I'm going to leave the words off for now. Keep turning them off anyway. Plants vs. Zombie vibes. As long as the scale's fine, I guess it's okay. Is that everything up there? Looks like it. You did not. That's crazy. It's foreshortened and everything. What is? Oh, the tree? That's a real tree. The angel oak, I think. I looked at a picture of it and then I drew it. I think I got really close to what it actually looks like. This area here, sorry about all this. This area on this side is a lot closer. And as I got over to this side, I realized that I had made certain things a little too long and others a little too short. So all of this looks very different than the real tree. But that goes to my looking at something and drawing it, sort of my realism days when I was practicing drawing people, you know, not caricatures, but actual looking at somebody and then drawing them, which I've done a lot of those. I did for my grandfather's birthday a long time ago. Actually, it might have been like his 83rd birthday. I got a picture of him and I drew it real big for him. I'm terrified of drawing trees, but I like to draw it in perspective. It looks very 3D, yeah. Oh, that's why I found a picture of a tree so that I would know what it looked like as I drew it, because I don't know what trees look like apparently. Every tree I've ever drawn without looking at a tree does not look like a tree. Okay, I think I decided that I wanted the legs to actually be really small. But I think that would also mean that they would come out more. Or not small, but thin. Which messes with the size of the butt. You know, I think my eyes are having trouble adjusting with all the different colors. Just maybe. Like they're distracting me a bit. Does that mean it was a bad idea? drawing nature's same energy as vegan pizza. It tastes just like pizza as long as you've never tried pizza before. I eat a lot of pizza that is intended to have a cardboardish taste. Whatever that means. I'm not entirely sure what that means. So, I don't know. I like pizza with Alfredo sauce as well. Mix it up, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'll eat it. It's still pizza. Never had vegan pizza. Is that made with cauliflower for the dough? I'm convinced digital art, whether making it or fawning over it, has a single-handed... Wait, what? Single-handedly made me nearsighted. I'm convinced digital art, whether making it or fawning over it, single-handedly made me nearsighted. Is nearsighted where you see things only up close? Because I had trouble seeing I had trouble seeing things from a distance as a kid. My friends would ask me what time it was when we were down the hall in school from the what did I just say? Other kids, my classmates, would joke about how I'm not able to see the digital clock from a distance, and they would ask me what time it was because I'd have to walk all the way up to the clock to see it. Did I just make this a cushion stool all the way up? I think I had to be, because it is up high, probably about 10 feet for it to be fully clear to me what numbers were there. I could still kind of guess them. Maybe I played along a little bit too by going fully up to it. Just, what? Something I'm gonna do. Yay, Photoshop. Photoshop, draw this straight line for me. Great. It's thin too. No, I've never tried vegan pizza. I'm a little intimidated, to be honest. But my favorite pizza is pineapple and black olive, which many people consider a crime. Find analog clocks a lot easier because it's easier to guess. I wouldn't be able to see the hands. So pizza is very bad for your health. People know this. I know this. I eat pizza. I enjoy pizza. I'm not concerned about my health when I eat a pizza. But it is very bad for your health. It's one of the worst foods there is for your body. Pineapples are probably the best food for your body. So if you want to put the best food for your body, for your health, on the worst food for your health, then you know what? You get a gold star. I'm not going to eat it. But it's a pretty good balance right there. There is a leg in here somewhere. Or not a leg, a support, a brace. Oh, you know what? Instead of switching between pin and eraser, it would be nice to have a pin that erases when you flip it over. I'll happily tell myself it cancels pizza's unhealthiness out all day. Yeah. This leg is not in the right spot. This leg needs to be over here. Yeah. Because I'm noticing the distance here would have been too great. Whoop. Go. What? Where'd my pin go? Come back. Come back. There you are. There's, I think it's just the USB port that's doing that. It has some trouble. No, that's not far enough over. Whoop. Okay. It's got to be, and this might help if I do this first. It's got to be about there. Man, that makes that real long. Not sure if that's quite. No. Huh. Well. One of the things I don't like about doing a sketch layer, I'd refine it a lot better if I did it as it was fresh in my mind. This one is just too far over. It leans too much, or it just goes out. Have you used any other drawing software? I don't think so. There's not a lot of free options. And if I've got to learn something new, I want it to be free. because it's gonna probably. That's not right. I'm gonna go with it, but it is definitely not right. I want time to try it out. It's sort of like using different mics. If I'm gonna buy a mic, I want to borrow somebody's mic just to test it to see how it works. And if it sounds right, then I'd consider purchasing it. But for something you're going to use all the time, it's taken me a long time to get used to Photoshop. Very long time. Hopefully that's not confusing later when I try to color this. I think what I need to do is turn that off. So that's going to be his foot. Probably remember. And the foot's going out here, or down actually. It's going down here. I'm not sure if I'd see the toes. Yeah, maybe I would. And leg coming up there. Go away, dot. No, leg wouldn't be doing that. Going out. It would be coming up here. Yeah, that is a mess. Pen? That's fair. Use Krita, but honestly I only use it because it's free. Now I don't feel like learning another software. I've had a few things suggested to me, mostly for animation. There's a software too out there that you draw all of the lip flaps, and then when you insert the audio, it finds which lip flaps fit that audio that you've drawn. I don't think I have an example of what I do with lip flaps here. I'm going to look real quick to show what I've done, if I can find it. So I've done it in Horse MD. So over here, I have lip flaps for da, ta, and ya. Da, ta, ya. It's all the same mouth movement, which is this one right here. Da, ta, ya. And then I have F and V, v, v. M, B, and P, how it starts. M, b, b. U and Q, U, U. L and N, it's the tongue, L, N. T and S, t, t, t. So it's out on the front of the teeth. W and R. Got the three vowels. So E, O, and A. And those are the ones that I usually go with. I draw all these sounds. A, O, E, W, R, T, S, L, N, U, Q, M, B, P, F, V, and data ya. And I do that for every animation that I do. Draw all of those things. And instead of doing it animated here, so like going to underneath my camera here, switching to frame animation, I don't do that anymore because it doesn't work the same as it used to. And now I've forgotten how, but instead I go to Premiere and I upload all of those mouth flaps. And instead of moving the layers around, I first insert in all of the mouth flaps according to the audio, and then I'll zoom in after creating that full scene. I'll nest it all together, and then I'll zoom in and zoom out with Premiere to make it animated. And then you get Horse MD, which is a video somewhere on this channel. Well, that's actually cool. I've never heard of that. It's the wrong way to do it. Okay, that's insane. If I ever attempt to animate, I just make their mouth open or closed. I've done that too. When I want to do a much simpler type of animation, I was going to pull up another example of that, but I actually have variations in the syllables. Schizo animated, when and I've only done this twice, but I'll do it again later. When I have just a still character in a scene, I'll just have them open and close until the dialogue's done. So I'm okay with that. But the more articulate characters that I want to use a lot more often, like the Spawning Goblins, Horse MD, which I've only done one episode of, those things I'm absolutely going to have all of their mouths, all their mouth movements, all of the sounds accounted for, because it shows a level of effort that you don't need to do, but people can appreciate and then recognize and then come back for. I don't need blue anymore. Thing I need to do next would be this person and then the table. Yeah. Don't need blue anymore. Did this come together? Does this look right? Yes, that looks right. Okay. It's rough. Cool transitions, perspectives, or mouth movements are top tier standard for cool animations. Yeah. I can't show it here without switching scenes and everything, but doing something very in-depth. So I did, and oh, I don't have those layers anymore, do I? Check real slow like. Yeah, I may have deleted the assets for this. Was kind of a one-time thing. I'm not seeing them anywhere. Well, anyway, I have another animation for Among Us. No, it's not there either. And I did a lot of scene stuff with that and a lot of movement, but I didn't have to worry about mouth flaps. It was just have, I think, a right leg forward, a left leg forward, and a standing position for every bean. And then occasionally draw a hand. And so if I wanted them to move, I just bounce to the next leg position. And then I move the background instead of moving them. So yeah, there was a lot that went into that, and I don't have any behind the scenes stuff for it, I guess. Here, let me see about doing... Here we go. Just like right. So I have these little beans that go out. Oh, I guess I drew some other perspective stuff of them too. So like the back side of them. And I don't have my sounds on my PC on. You can see. So I would draw stuff like the little thing, like this background, which that background was huge. And I actually did move the character in it, but then I moved the camera to follow the character. So there's the running animation, which is the background itself moving instead. But anyway. That's all on the channel if you want to go look at that. I showed it to a younger person who I thought would enjoy it because they were showing me some YouTube stuff that they liked, and I was like, you like trash. I don't understand what you find funny about this thing. But here, let me show you something that I did. Maybe you'll find it funny. They did not find it funny, and I was like, all right, well. I don't know. It's not dry. It's just kind of situational, I guess, because for me it was more passion and getting all of the art out and showing that I can still do some animation. My neck hurts and I'm done drawing for right now. So thank you for joining me if you did, and stay safe out there, Commonwealth. And I still don't know whether or not I'm going to finish that on a drawing stream. It's taking me a long time, and I think I'd get it done faster if I just like did a few things every now and then rather than trying to get it all done you know, in one go, sitting down, and then I'll work on some other things that are there, like the thumbnail for Secret of Evermore and the webcomic, which is the whole point for this year, is to get another, to get the issue 2 of the webcomic out. And if you want to show me some of your art, you can go to the Discord, and there's a spot in the Discord for fan art, but it could just be any art if you want. Show me some of that. And if you want your art to feature in the cover of my next webcomic issue, there's instructions for that. I need a PNG of the 2 main characters in your art style, and then I can promote you and in your art and whatever you want to be mentioned there. Thank you. I've got to go shower and eat.